How's it going, Reef Keepers? So I had a subscriber ask me to make a video on how I clean my EcoTech Radion Reef lights, and I have developed a cleaning method for him. I don't know if I don't know where he came up with the idea for me to make a video on it, but he said there are not very many videos out there on YouTube about how to do it. So the way I do it is this. Well, I'll say first, I tried compressed air because that's my first reaction. You know, I am a millennial, and I cleaned keyboards when I was a kid, the clunky kind that we used back in school. And I was like, nah, this compressed air doesn't work, because when I fired it at the little mesh portion right here that covers the fan, it took off like the larger, looser bits of fiber. But there are just bits of fiber that, for whatever reason, I don't know if, you know, my kitchen's adjacent to this room, so I don't know if there's like little microscopic bits of oil, or like maybe there's lubrication that gets kind of blown up around in that mesh. Some of them just kind of stick, along with just humidity, salt creep, whatever. Compressed air is not going to get everything off of these screens. And by the way, the disposition of heat, the adequate disposition of heat on these, from what I understand, is pretty critically important to it functioning properly, long term at least. I know a lot of people just with reef gear, they just are like, all right, I paid a lot of money for it, so it should always work. I'm just gonna set it and forget it and not touch it. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it leads to horror stories, and I don't have the money to replace this stuff. These were stupid expensive. So I bought this in an effort to have something with so this is just like an air blower. It's like an intense little reversible vacuum cleaner. So it can be a vacuum cleaner, like a pinpoint vacuum cleaner, and it can also shoot out air at different strengths depending on what you set it to. I found this on Amazon for like 30 bucks, and it got a little bit more than the compressed air did, which kind of surprised me. And I was able to kind of like vacuum off just the dust that fell along the top plate of the Radion, but it still didn't do it. So the solution was staring me right in the face the entire time. And here's the solution, at least for the screen portion on the Radion. It's this simple right here. I don't even know what these things are called. People will probably laugh at me that I don't know what they're called, but so basically all I do is take this. I don't bend it or anything. Now you have to be gentle, because I did slightly warp one of these little mesh bits. They are not strong. for a $500+ light, they are not strong, so be very gentle. But all you do is go through and just gently scrape. You can see that little depression in mine, can't you, right there? You can gently scrape across the top of the mesh and get absolutely every last fiber. Also, they're great for going around the edge, so you don't have that like caked up bit around the edge. There's different sizes of these. I think this is like the standard or medium size. There's big, bushier ones, and then there's like, you know, very, very tiny, like micro ones. Just get the standard size. It cleans the mesh on these lights out good. And then I will say, this was not a wasted $30, because you do have the venting ports, or whatever you want to call them. I'm sure somebody with more technical prowess than me can identify exactly what those are called, but you do have those on the sides. And again, like, they do collect dust. I mean, stuff does get in there. So I will take this and put it on its highest strength while the lights are off, so I'm not interfering with active fan motion. And I will just boom, 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 blast it out with this. And you can reach around the back side and do it on the back side as well. Kind of point it back at yourself and aim into the port from that side. And believe it or not, it does, you know, there is some, it does expel when you shoot air into it that direction. It makes the fan spin, so I'm guessing it's throwing off little bits of encrusted whatever and fiber. There's not like clumps that come out as long as you do it regularly, but you can see in the air, like, it does throw off some fiber. So anyway, and then I'll wipe down the surface. I'll just take a paper towel, just a standard paper towel. I don't dampen it or anything, and I'll just wipe the dust off the surface to not encourage more dust getting into it. But guys, this stuff's too expensive, at least for most of us, to be like, oh yeah, I'll just forget it. I'll never service it. You know, it should just work, and I'll stick it to EcoTech if it ever, you know, has a heat problem. It's like, why? Why go through the effort? Why go through the effort of fighting a company, having to send it to Pennsylvania, having to communicate with them, give them credit card numbers over the phone, all this stuff? It's not worth it. Just do this every couple weeks. Do it once a month. Do it once a quarter. You know, I mean, I wouldn't go much longer than that, but it probably doesn't take much. I'm probably overdoing it every 2 weeks, but yeah, that's how I clean it, guys. So, to my subscriber who suggested that, hope this helped. And if you guys want more videos in the future of everything, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff now, please like and subscribe. I so appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.